Next kit I wanted to discuss with you is my fishing kit. Now I got this at a yard sale free. It's for bicycles, but it had these straps, so it's really easy to attach to the outside of my backpack. And so if I wanted to go fishing, I can leave my backpack at camp and just take this bag off and take it with me. So I'm gonna open this up and go over the contents. Alright, so first thing I have is a little plastic container here that has some various hooks. I know a lot of people, they like to carry just these smaller hooks because you can catch small fish and large fish with small hooks. So if you're going to carry anything, at least carry small hooks. But I do have some of the larger hooks, and I have various weights, different types, different weight, and I have various fake bait, different types of things like this. So you can always catch worms, grubs, things of that nature, but if you can carry a couple things that are fake bait, why not do it? When we were at the Big South Fork trip, and my buddy James that was in that video, he caught some of those rainbow trout, and he caught a red-eye bass, and they were hitting on this little deal, which looks like a small frog, tadpole, so I picked one of those up as well. And then I also have something that looks like a crawfish or crawdaddy, whatever you want to call it. You can even use these implements to catch mammals on ground, like raccoons, who like to follow the creeks and things and eat these. So various hooks, various sizes, various weights, and fake bait. Fits in a nice little container there. I also have a little plastic spool here that has a spool of fishing line and a good rubber band around it. So I got plenty of fishing line to make traps with and or make a fishing pole. And it fits in this cool little container. Also have a couple of wine corks. These are good for making bobbers. They don't weigh anything at all. They float on the top of the water. Really easy to say make a trout line or just use as a bobber for regular fishing. I also have a small hand fishing kit. It has the bobber, the weight, the hook, and some string on it, so you can wind that up in there. Have one of those as well. I have just a chunk of bank line. This is number 36, but this is the white. You can use this to make different fish traps, but also just good to have cordage. I have a lighter. And with this lighter, it kind of made it into a bit of a kit. It has more cordage wrapped around it and duct tape. So I got fire material and cordage for shelter material. So just another piece of kit if I get stuck, and all I have is my fishing kit. I have rope for shelter. I got a lighter to fire, and I got duct tape, which is flammable, to give me assistance on building a sustainable fire. I also have this little match kit. This is a pretty awesome, cheap match kit. It comes from Walmart in this waterproof container. It has a rubber O-ring. Inside of it is all-weather matches and a striker. And I think I added another striker from a regular book of matches. But also on the bottom of this, many people maybe overlook, it has a small ferro rod. So yeah, it's just another little awesome thing. 99 cents at Walmart. I also have some of these leaders here. A couple of them in here have the hook already on it and a little bit of a string. So if you're going to do a jug fishing, trout line, something of that nature, it's already got that on there to drop your line about a foot into the water. It's also good for snares. Also have regular old small bobber. Sometimes these are difficult to see white side up when the sun is on the water. I have a small flashlight, just if I'm fishing at night or whatever, I'm going out to check my line, got a little flashlight in there. And the last piece of this kit I have not got to use yet. So I have picked up 3 of these. They are the yo-yo fish traps. These can be used for snares, and they're good for fishing. Basically, it's a mechanical fish trap basically once you set it, it does all the work for you. It fish hit the line, it sets the hook, it pulls the fish out of the water, and you can set these, go build your shelter, come back a couple hours later and see if you caught anything. Sigma 3 Survival, he about swears by these. These are made in America, in Arkansas. My buddy James actually bought these and gave me 3 of them. So what I did when I got these, it came with this this white line that you see right here, and that white line, James said he used them and the fish were hitting on the line and not really on the hook. So I added this swivel and about 2 foot of line, which is where you're going to get the majority of your sunfish, perch, things of that nature, smaller red-eye bass, which is really good survival food. It's small stuff that's easy to catch. And then another swivel with this little deal on there so I can snap different hooks on. So that way it gives a monofilament line that's going to blend in with the water, and it's going to make them want to hit on the bait. So the way these work is, basically there's a tension spring right here in the middle. You pull these out, and you see this little tab here, you hook it on those little notches that are pre-cut out. Then you take this line, this hole right here, put a bank line, tie it up in a tree, throw that thing out over the water, and it sets, and when a fish goes to get onto it, and they bite on the hook, they pull down, see it releases that little latch, and the tension spring pulls it up, sets the hook, and pulls the fish out of the water. So I got 3 of these, you know, that's one of those things I can go set as soon as I decide where my camp is going to be at, go build my shelter, get camp established, and I got something doing work for me while I don't have to. And that's the game of survival. It is calories. It's a calorie game. So these are doing work for me that I don't have to do. So saving calories and producing food. You can also use these on ground for mechanical snares, like a spring snare. There's different ways to set these, and there's a lot of different companies that make these. These ones are made by Mechanical Fisher Company, and these are the made in Diamond City, Arkansas. So I have all that here in my fish kit, and that way if I'm out backpacking and run across an area where I can do some fishing, then I can provide some food for myself and make it a little bit more enjoyable. Doesn't weigh next to nothing, straps on the outside of my kit.